what is music good for in these times when there is economical collapse, financial collapse, societal collapse, cultural collapse? What is it any relevance to make music, to play music in these times when our communities are so in this state of disintegration? This is my question that I started with last week in last week's possibility team meeting, and is the week that I'm bringing on for this week for getting deeper into what is this space, what is music, and really why is it so important to do anything like this in these times? Why is it any importance to that you express with your voice, or that you play music, that you sound music? And to me, it's been showing up this music as the space that it has the structure and the platform for connecting with one another. It has the capacity of bringing us to a space where we are working together, we are doing teamwork, we are collaborating. And this is the research process of how do we get there, because right now it's just talking, I'm just talking about it, I'm actually not doing it. So what is it, what is the next step for this space here online in Zoom, connecting throughout a meeting? How does that happen, that we have a group of people that want to collaborate, they want to learn music, they want to explore their musical expression, or they want to create community around music? How does that happen? And if I was here in a team, I will pass it on to the team, to the people that are in the team, to bring the group intelligence into this question. And since it's just me right now, this question is important for me because right now I'm in scarcity of village, I'm in scarcity of connection with music, um, and also in this place of where I'm not having so much fun, where I'm in this place of surviving, this place of the mundane things, where I'm uh, going about it, about logistics, about cleaning the space, about making food, about cleaning up again, and this constant process of the daily, day to day. And in between some of these spaces, I have spaces like this where I get to explore those gaps and say like, okay, like it's scary. It's scary for me. I feel scared of going into a place of musical expression. And it's right there, like it's at the doorway, and it only takes that opening up the door to enter into musical space. And still, like how do we enter there like a group, like a team, without going crazy, or without like everyone like dissipating and like going into their own space, or going into judgment, or recoiling back to this other space that the world sucks, or it's impossible. And already there, like I noticed my expectations about what it's like, or what it could be like. And I really, I'm wondering, like, how can we make this space of music? Is it through rhythm? Like, do we play our own music? Do we bring music from like a music that we all know, that we are connected with? Do we bring a music from outside that nobody knows, that even I don't know, and we connect to it? And what happens once we bring in this music? What happens? And the clarity that I have about this is the fun, something about the fun, the laughing, the making the space a light space. So how do I navigate from that space of heaviness, of surviving, and life is tough, and community is tough, and into this place of laughing at myself, or laughing at each other, or not in a mean gremlin way, but in a way that the space is like that, that we can move, that I can move to another space without being stuck in the heaviness of the emotions, being stuck in the mud of the non-clarity, and just move and pierce through that. So this is that step that is clear, that it is not this like having fun, this like everything is okay, we're all good, like ha ha ha, here is our music, music is awesome, music is great. But like this very real sense that music has a power to connect us, to transmit a message. It has a power to bring us together, to in a way like connect our whole being together, like from our gods, from our feelings, from our center, from our archetypal purpose of being in this world, through our throat, our voice, through our mind, and into the world in the form of expression, in the form of vibration that ripples ripples that change. As we are expressing, it changes the world where we are. And it comes down to this other part, about what is blocking this part, what is blocking that flow from going from your guts down into your spinal, down into your mind, into the world. And there is the emotional healing process, emotional healing processes that are blocking that. What is blocking that? And I can sense, for me, what I still have there is my stories of low drama, my stories, so that keep me in that low drama, that are actually invested in there being a low drama, invested in me having those excuses and justifications to to lose myself, to like take out the Jorge show, and to be in connection with my purpose of being here, with that thing, that the original programming, the um yeah, that thing that is able to connect just beyond my filters, beyond my box, beyond my limitations, what I think it's good or not good, but to connect to this archetypal forces of music, of transformation, of healing, of community, so that these things are wanting to be manifested into the world, they can come. And because I'm holding on to my survival strategy of uh, like having scarcity, being in scarcity, being the community is difficult, connecting with people is difficult, and that I'm not good enough, I'm not ready enough, I'm too broken, I sound stupid, or I don't have what it takes, who do I think I am? All of these things that are kind of like on the side, and kind of like in the space, um, this is my investment. This is how I create that space so that the other thing doesn't happen, so that community doesn't happen, so that transformation doesn't happen. Because if it happens, it, I it's gonna be unfamiliar. It's gonna be unknown. I don't know what's beyond that. I don't know what's there, because it's transformation. And I want to have these things that are so familiar that I know, and I can navigate, and I can talk from there. And there is this process of emotional healing processes are for clearing out those things, for actually getting yourself out of the way of yourself, so that you can connect with your own purpose and connect with your own archetypal forces, which involve your voice and your creation with your voice and your making of vibration and your connection of your center with this channel, with your mind, and with your expression out into the world. This whole connection, how do you get out of yourself so that that can happen, and you can have a space of where something else is possible. And And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing that I had the fantasy world, that it was gonna be an it's all good space that I was navigating to. Like it's all fine, like and laughing and being silly, and just like really this childish fantasy of joy, where it's just gonna be joy. There is not gonna be anything else, just joy. And I'm realizing now that it's not that where I'm navigating to. I'm navigating to a different space. And the space is more about this like raw form of expression, the rawness of life and the rawness of your being, the all of it, from the flowers to the butterflies, the rainbows, the clouds, the thunder, the waterfalls, the rapids, and all of that, even to the dirt, to the mud, to the volcanoes, the shit, to the peace. Like it's all like part of this space. It's all part of life. And like somehow I learned, I created this way of separating that, and like saying like I only want the flowers and the butterflies and the bees and the rainbows, and the other stuff is like unwanted, is like over there, like. And then like I'm creating this space where all of this, it has space for it, for your vomit of like sounds, and for the rawness of the expression of your being. and and that's creating this clarity of the kind of space that we need to create village. That is that also that fantasy world, I was applying it to village. That I thought that village was these nice things where I was gonna arrive and I was finally gonna get to rest. That I was gonna arrive to village, to community, and it will be like, oh, this is my place, I'm home. Finally, I can get to sit at the beach and drink a coconut, and enjoy, put sunglasses on and lay down, and then that's it. But it's not. It's like coming into contact with that reality that it includes all, not just the beautiful, but also the rawness and the unknown, the darkness, this this other part of coming into touch with that is the beginning. Because for me, I don't know. I have been relating from this top part only. I have been relating with myself with this top part only and fighting against the other part. I've been like pushing it down, denying it, rejecting it. And to me, it's completely new what is possible when all of this is involved. And I think that that's the space that we need for community, for authentic relating in community, in villaging. and connected with music too. This is where like expression happens. How many fucking times I've heard people being told, you don't know how to sing, you're not good at singing, your voice is terrible, just go over there. How many people have I met that that's happened to them and it's created a shock here, it's created a block. It actually like created a block in their throat from how many times they heard that from their parents, from teachers at school, from their grandparents, uncles, friends, whoever. They keep repeating that like, oh, you're so terrible at singing, please stop. You shouldn't be singing. Or like they start laughing. For me, it was the laughing. I got laughed at a lot, and that created a block here. It shut me down. It shut down my expression for a very long time. And and is that same repetition that it closes the doorway to the rawness of life. It only wants this threshold of like what's pretty, what's nice, what sounds good and beautiful, and it doesn't make space for the rest, for all of it, for the so for the rawness of your expression of your being. And is in holding space for all of that you can start holding space for your own removing of your blockage. That you can start holding space for you to feel, to sing in whatever form or way or shape it is, to go loud, to take up space with your voice. And then in holding up space for that, you start like discovering your own voice. You start discovering the way that your voice sounds, and kind of like falling in love with it. And there is like not just this like pretty love that is all joy and fun and happy, but it's this getting closer and and getting to know it more intimately, how your voice sounds and what your flow sounds like, what your voice sounds when you're in different feelings or emotions. And this is an amazing discovery journey, and it starts with like recognizing that blockage that happened, and walking there, like navigating towards that blockage, navigating towards opening up that blockage and holding space for the totality of your being. And in doing this for yourself, you start gaining this an ability, a skill to hold space for others to also go through that discovery journey. And and the connection with this and community, the connection with this and life and my purpose of being here is that you need your voice is your creation, your place of creation. Your Of course there is people that can speak, that don't have the vocal cords, and there is other ways of communicating. But for most of us that we use our voice and our words in a daily basis, we're using stories, we're using adjectives, verbs, and all of these different parts of words, and we use them in different ways. It takes for us to get connected with the purpose of speaking and the purpose of using this superpower. There's so many muscles and little things that are happening inside of the mouth and inside of my being that are happening all simultaneously. The slight changes inside of the mouth, inside of the tongue, inside of the throat, in the lips, and also in here, in like all of this, in the diaphragm. And this is all in a way like coming, being processed, being felt, and then being expressed out into the world. And this is absolute magic, that I can be making these sounds here and somehow this is creating something out into the world. This is carrying meaning, and from this place, this is our place of creation in the village, so that we can use this power of speaking and saying words and talking and communicating, so that we can say what we want, so that we can take a space, like really take up the space that we need for our being. This is my being, and this is what I want to bring into the world, and I take a stand for it. And when there is a blockage here, and it's not really like a black and white thing. When there is a blockage here, it's like it's a living thing. For me, it's a living thing. Before, for example, before I started this recording this video, I felt a huge blockage. There was my space was completely surrounded by things that were telling me nobody showed up to the meeting. Who do you think you are? You're hiding behind the screen. um, Nobody's gonna watch this. You're wasting your time. All of these things that were like all around here in my space, and I'm like uh, just like in this space of observation and watching and saying, yeah, I'm in that space. Yeah, I'm in that space. I couldn't sound my voice. I thought my voice sounded ridiculous and stupid, and I was gonna sound um, what I was gonna say. I didn't know what I was gonna say, etc. And so in terms of this blockage, I felt like a blockage, like there was no connection with my flow, my essence into the space. So as soon as I got the archetypal force that wanted to speak, I received it. I said, okay, I got this is it. I pressed the record button and I started navigating. You start navigating towards the blockage or towards that space, and start like opening, start making space for all of it. I started making space uh, for my purpose of being here, and for my blockage, and for what blocks me, and for the purpose of bringing in this team and creating this space. So your voice is needed for creating the village. Your voice is needed for asking whether it is the village that you want or you want something else. You need your voice for creating that, and your connection of your voice with your feelings. And if I had a if this was a team, I'll also like bring this to the team and like create a space here for listening to how this is all landing. So for I've been living in scarcity. I am living in scarcity of village and connection, and I've been getting closer and closer to working with my team. This is where I'm actually at, and that I'm working with my circle, getting into closer connection with my circle, and and my purpose right now is I want to create a community. I want to create a space for our children to grow, a space for us to for me to collaborate with other adults, to do co-parenting with my partner, and to have this space where children culture is happening. And children culture is this thing where the children, they naturally and organically play together, and they create a natural school without having any diagrams or maps or anything. They naturally come together and they start teaching each other. what they know. Usually, the older ones they start teaching the younger ones, and then they pass it on. They pass it on, and these skills they naturally percolate, and they keep each other entertaining in this learning culture, learning and playing culture, which is amazing, and we call that children's culture. So I'm looking for a place where that can happen and where adults can collaborate to hold space for children's culture, um, either through like nature school, homeschooling, and yeah, like this natural way of holding space for children, and where the adults can share the responsibilities of cooking, cleaning, uh, and all of this stuff that is on the daily basis, and also big time for having fun, like to really make the space for dancing, for moving your arms, for like moving your legs, and for playing music and shaking it in this space of not like silliness and like childish joy, but in a place of celebration, in a place of being together and being in our feelings together. So yeah, like making space for fun inside of this village, and I think this is where the music part comes in, where one of the parts of music comes in here, which is in this, which is in the listening to music, singing music, playing instruments, dancing, and at the same time that we're having this fun, it's not wasted fun. It's like a learning immersive playing. We're learning about each other as we're doing that. We are learning to synchronize in our rhythms, and to take space. We're learning to take space at different moments. At this moment you take space, at this moment I take space, at this moment we both take space, and it's this like very organic way of playing together at the same time that we're learning, we're having fun, and we are uh, kind of like the connections are getting stronger. And this playing and learning of music, it ripples out. It kind of like creates that solid thing that holds the village together, it, it creates the space for the dishes to get clean, the floors to get clean, the meals to get cooked, for proposals to be made, for asking for what you want. Like all of these things are so essential for community. This can all happen here, and what I am right now is in connecting where this is all just like a fantasy world inside of me, or like a concept inside of what could be, and the practicality of it. And I think this has been experienced in other spaces. And I can see some examples from here is like this like training spaces where people come to train, and there is this like connection through the training and through the development that's happening, and there is a music component to it, and there is also on yeah, and the dancing that happens, and sometimes in training spaces the things that it's only a very short time, it's like 5 days training, and then that's easy, like to do the 5 day training, that's easy. And how do you go into like experiments that are last a bit longer, the last 1 month, or the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years. Anyways, I went really big. And the other example that I was getting right now is these villages in in Africa. I'm not sure exactly what the place is. I've seen from different places. These people in very very poor buildings, or in this place there is a children's culture, and the children are dancing. The children are really like they go in, they listen to the music and they start dancing, and they create choreographies together. This is amazing. They just create choreographies together, and they play music together with just like pots and pans and garbage, whatever they find to make a sound. They create instruments from whatever, and this it's such a rich culture of music, uh, and what they're doing is actually like that is the bond that that bonds together the people, the beings, the my being with your being, and it creates that bonding that it doesn't really happen when when there is just words, when there is like an intellectual only connection, when we're connecting intellectually from here to here, boom, 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 boom. But with this, like boom, 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 boom. There is a rhythm. There is a your vulnerability. You're putting yourself out there. You're going first, and then it creates the space for that thing to form, the music to form, for rhythm to form, and then harmony, then melody, then silences and sounds, and then the love happening starts like shaping that into a village with songs, with traditions, with a sense of belonging, a gift for sharing to other villages. And anyways, I think this is my vision about music, which is this like very simple seed. It's like a seed of music that is it contains inside of it all of these possibilities of growing outside of yourself as you know it into a tree that receives and connects the resources that are available to create life and to create more resources happening, to capture resources and send them and grow from it and distribute them and create it has the yeah this seed that can create this space of aliveness and love happening and winning happening for yeah. So how is it for you, and this is especially an invitation to join this team, to go on this discovery journey on this team. I don't know how it's gonna go, and my question right now is how do I bridge that gap between the mental aspect of it, the conceptual part of it, of what I think it is, and the reality of it, the reality of where we are right now, the reality of a weekly meeting over Zoom, over like this medium, like the digital medium, the reality of time that we only have an hour and a half for this. Also, the reality that there is no real time sound. For example, if I play a song here, you will be hearing it over there, maybe with a 1 second delay or half a second delay, who knows, depending on how good the connection is. And that's another reality for this medium that affects it a lot. And also what possibilities are out there for creating this space in person, for training, for this online space being a training space for creating this space in person where you can go in experiments about unblocking yourself, opening up this passage. For example, for me, yeah, it was this passage, but it could be other passages, and it is other passages. And these emotional healing processes is where you go to explore and to navigate those territories and to complete the incomplete emotions and the incomplete communication of what happened to you in the past that created those blockages. And little by little, there is more clearing, more clearing, more clearing, and you have more power inside of yourself to clear out the space in front of you from voices that are sucking on your energy, from emotions that are in your space that are like getting you stuck in the mud, so you can hold space for your own clearing to happen, for your own flow to happen, and so that you can hold space for others to for that thing to happen, which is so magical, and I'm so turned on about for training others and also going through my own healing of those blockages. So yeah, I leave you with this question of, well, come to the team meetings online, and and let's go on the research of how to bridge these gaps of the power of music, the power of that seed, like how much is inside of that seed for specifically these times that we are in right now of collapse, environmental collapse, societal collapse, economical collapse. It's I'm excited to share this with you and this journey. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna leave it at this for now. This was a possibility team become music, and until next week. Thank you for watching, and I would love to hear your comments, your questions, what this inspires for you. And there is a Telegram group where I'm posting these meetings, where I'm sharing about these meetings, and where is the space for this research. There is another Telegram group for archaeological music, which is a bit more broad. It's like this game world of music in next culture that emerges from radical responsibility. Uh, so it's like radical responsibility and music. How do you create music with radical responsibility? And thank you for watching. And until next time, bye.